Yo, what's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Bolo, aka Pat Venus, and I come to you with another video for educational purposes only. And yeah, I forgot these dudes existed, so I'm kind of going through some of their videos, at least the titles. I'm more of an off-the-cuff guy, so I don't really want to go watch whole videos and then just kind of react to them again or go through them again in my head. I kind of watch the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and decide, okay, this is worth it. I'd rather do it live. Like Bill O'Reilly said, we'll do it live. Yeah, so let's watch the video. I don't even know what this is supposed to be about. He just going off. I guess this is Frank Castle or whatever.
Your value as a man is based on what you can create for the world to enjoy, consume, or whatever the hell you're making that they can take in, and that determines your value as a man. Men are judged on the merit that they bring to society. Men are judged on what they bring to society, what they create, and we live in a merit-based world.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
We do not base our value on the opposite gender. You know who does that?
Partly agree. Because you can tell the status of a man by the woman that he has. If you see a guy with a big fat slob, you're gonna assume he's not worth much. If you see a guy with a model type, you're going to assume he is worth something. And a guy also looks at the woman that he has as some form of vindication, you know, or validation for his work, the things that he contributes to the world. His value is redeemed partly due to the caliber of woman that he has. So I would partly disagree with his statement.
Women. A woman's value is based on the attraction from the opposite gender. That's why the makeup industry will never go out of fucking business. That's why the nail salons will never go out of business. That's why hair extensions, Sephora, all these guys, they're never going to go out of business. You guys want to know why? Because, okay, women know deep down, even the strongest feminist, okay, that shaves her head and doesn't shave her armpits, still puts on fucking makeup and dresses a certain way because she knows her value is determined based on the way that she looks.
Agreed. That's 100% fact. It's a lot smaller of a degree for men, but these guys aren't paying $5,000, you know, for a suit, just to impress a bunch of men. They're not buying these really nice watches just for the, you know, for the fact of it, you know, just to have it. Some men are. They might be a watch like a collector. But a lot of these guys, when they get all these nice things, is to impress a woman. So there is some kind of validation that is going on from men to women. It's just a lot more drastic, the opposite way.
Okay, we talk all the time, man, life is easy mode for girls. They just like show up and get guys, and it's just so easy.
Life isn't easy for girls. Men make life easy for girls. They don't make life easy for themselves. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about how guys like this have a very surface level explanation for things. It's very what anyone with two eyes can see. But they aren't making their lives easy. And it's crazy because they'll talk about how men build up societies and men made everything easy. So why would you say that their life is easy? Their life isn't easy because they made it that way. We have given them, we've allowed that to be the case.
Guys,
it always falls back to us. Understand that any treatment you get, all that falls on you, my guy.
Look at it on the other side. Let's be objective here. You know what sucks? They will never get the same level of respect for what they create. I'm gonna say that again. They will never get the same level of respect for what they create and what they bring to the world because their looks always come fucking first. You don't have to adhere to that BS.
False. That's a lie. They've got literally a Women's Month to trump up things that women have contributed or whatever. They will literally lie to give women more credit than they deserve on things that they've created. Perfect example, Hedy Lamarr. They say that she invented Bluetooth when she was one of 3 people, I believe. The other 2 were men. But they only mention her to try and give her all the credit. Okay, and that's not the only one. Like, there's other women that, what's her name? Elizabeth Holmes, who's basically a front. She was just a face of a company. And they said, well, look at this, one of the best entrepreneurs in the world. Okay, so that's false. That's false. The thing is that women in general don't create. If you look at any industry, any big lucrative hobby, whatever it is, it's created, cultivated by men. That's just the fact of the matter. So it's not that they don't get credit for the things that they create. It's just that they don't create. And it's no dissing to women or anything like that. That's just not what they do. They join in on things that men create. You look at Hollywood, you look at different musical genres, things like that. They'll join in, but they don't create. And the ones that do get way too much credit.
You are based on what you create.
Like, look at all the female rappers that are getting awards for, and they're not even that good. They're getting artists, rappers of the year and song of the year, and the songs are garbage.
Hey, okay? The reason why so many of you guys have rage is because you're basing your value on, can I attract a being that can't even tell you what the fuck she wants to eat for lunch? Okay?
That's part of the rage. The other side of the rage are channels like you that tell guys that women suck. They have a very defeatist mentality in general. I'm not gonna say all the time in every video, but a lot of it is doomsday prophecy. A lot of it is women suck and they're gonna do this to you. Not telling men that you allow them to do this to you. Okay, if men held themselves and their women to a certain standard, women would have to either get in line or they would have to fall to the wayside and be alone. The issue is that there are so many men that are willing to put up with a lot of bullshit. And a lot of people will say, live and let live. Don't worry about other people's business. Now, here's the problem with that thinking. Everything you do, if you want to realize it or admit it or not, has a reverberating effect. Okay, so now, for instance, me, I hold my women to a certain standard. There's just certain things I'm not going to tolerate. Now, that's good and dandy for me, right? But here's the problem. Pat Bolo doesn't put up with that, but you've got John, Jimmy, Brendan. They will put up with that shit. So instead of the girl saying, well, maybe I need to step up, maybe he's right, maybe I should better myself, she goes, well, one of these 3 guys will put up with all that bullshit. So they'll just go to those guys. Now, the regular slow person, the person that doesn't really think deeply on these issues, say, that's their business. No, your business affects everyone else's business. You just don't realize it. Because not only did that girl say, well, they'll put up with my shit, I'll go there. Other women, her girlfriends, will see that and say, well, yeah, I shouldn't have to change either. I shouldn't have to become a better person either, because she found a Brendan, I'll go find one. So you have this lowering of standards, because women in general do not want to be held to a standard. They want to do what they want, when they want, how they want to do it, and not be judged at all for it. So men as a whole need to hold women to standards, because I guarantee you, they don't all want to just be single. But that's the problem, that men, there are too many of us that are willing to put up with a lot of bullshit.
Hey, real talk. A lot of y'all are mad that you can't get girls, but the reality is girls can't even tell you what they want to eat for lunch.
No, that's another falsehood. Not that you can't get girls, you're just not getting the girl that you want. Okay, we like to complain about how women have unrealistic standards and things like that, which is 100% true. But fellas, there's a lot, I'm telling you, there's women in your life that like you a lot, but you're not willing to give them the time of day. You don't like how you talk about, she's got that nice guy in the friend zone, what a bitch. There's girls in your life that would be a ride or die. They would be in your corner because they like you genuinely. Like they like the core version of you, but you aren't even giving them the time of day. Okay? So you can get girls. You're just mad at not getting the one that you want.
They're not stable creatures. They change by the day. They change by the hour.
Agreed.
They're slaves to their emotions. You cannot let someone that is not congruent to who they are every single day, every hour of the day, control the way that you feel.
Agreed. On the money.
Your value is never based on the attraction of the opposite fucking gender. It's always based on what you create for the world. The real reason why a lot of you guys experience red pill rage is because of this. You're fat, you live with your mom, you smoke weed, you play video games all day, you don't get out there and create, okay? I don't give a shit if you do a podcast, if you go to the gym and you're a bodybuilder, if you're an athlete, if you're going to school to become an engineer, whatever it is, you need to do something as a man, okay?
Agreed. A lot of guys need to find purpose, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be something that needs to make a lot of money. Do something that fulfills you and also lets you live at least comfortably enough to where you're not struggling paycheck to paycheck. But you don't have to try and get yachts and Lamborghinis if that's not what your heart desires. Like, I know I don't give a fuck about no Lamborghini. If someone gifted me one, I would resell it. Just saying. Now other guys might be like, oh shit, a Lamborghini, and that's fine. That's what they want. That's not what I want. But find your purpose and cultivate those skills and talents that you have, and the women will come to you. Okay? You need to stop chasing these women. There are going to be women that will like you, and when you find one, you see if your morals and principles align, and you let that happen. You don't have to think she's like the greatest looking thing in the world. She doesn't have to be perfect. She just has to be cute enough to where you can look at her the next morning and say, damn, she's cute. And she has to be someone that you can at least trust. If you can get those two things, everything, we're pretty simple creatures to please. That should be enough for most of you. And if it's not, you have to look inside to why you need so many things out of a woman.
Okay? Idle hands do the devil's work. I'm gonna say that again. Idle hands do the devil's work. Whether you're committing crimes, or you're doing stupid shit with your free time and getting in trouble, or you're whacking off or being sad about your life. You need to find something to do. You need to find something to create. That's gonna give you purpose. Now,
Agreed.
Male Strategy talks about this all the time. Shout out to him. He'll be on the show in about a month.
Yeah.
You need a purpose. You need a mission. Okay? Men need to conquer. Men need to create. There's a reason why since the beginning of time, motherfuckers walked around in random directions all over the globe to try to conquer things. Why? Because men's value is based on what we create, what we can take over, what we can do for society. So that's step number one. Your value does not come from the approval or validation of the opposite gender. It comes from the validation and approval of fucking society. That's the difference. A lot of you guys think like women.
Agreed. So going back to the point I made earlier about how men find validation, I'm not saying that's the correct way of things or how they should work. I'm just saying that's how it works to a degree for a lot of men. So I don't want people thinking that I believe that men's value should come from the woman that they're dating. I'm just saying that for a lot of men, that is the case. But yeah, let me know what you're like. Overall, I would say they were mostly on the money. There were 2 points that I kind of disagreed with more than I agreed with. But overall, I would say this was a pretty decent video on their part. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel I'm worth it. If not, have a good day anyway. Peace.